morning in 8 minutes. So right now, an endangered child alert is still active for a missing teen from Knox County.
Officials looking for 16-year-old Donovan Smith. The TBI says Smith is believed to be without his medication, may be armed with a weapon as well. If you see him or know anything about what happened, please call police.
And right now, the Knoxville Police Department is investigating a deadly wrong-way crash. It happened over the weekend.
Yeah, officers responded to the crash on I-640 East near Western Avenue. A Honda driving the wrong way crashed head-on with a Dodge pickup before hitting another car. The driver going the wrong way was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver and passenger of the truck both taken to the hospital with minor injuries. That investigation is still underway this morning.
And right now, police say a teenager is facing charges after a bomb threat was made toward Cumberland County schools. Officials say that threat was posted on the district's Facebook page Thursday night.
After an investigation, it was traced all the way to a 16-year-old living in Herndon, Virginia, with past connections to the Cumberland County school system. That teen is charged with threats of mass violence, filing a false report, and criminal impersonation. Meanwhile, 3 U.S. Army soldiers killed in a drone attack on a small U.S. outpost in Jordan. Officials also say more than 30 U.S. service members were hurt in that attack.
The number of those injured is expected to rise as more service members seek treatment for symptoms consistent with traumatic brain injury. Officials said the drone was fired by Iran-backed militants and appeared to come from Syria. The attack marks the first time U.S. troops have been killed by enemy fire in the Middle East since the start of the Gaza war. Well, today we're expecting the next hearing in the court case over journals written by the Covenant school shooter. Yeah,
this hearing postponed from last week with 2 motions on the schedule. The first determines whether a list detailing what's in those documents should be released publicly after they were turned over to a judge. The second will set a date for the hearing where the judge will decide if those writings should be made public. And in Nashville, police say 2 armed men kidnapped a woman and forced her to drive them to several banks to get money from ATMs.
They couldn't get the money out, so they called one of the woman's friends to try and get more money, but police were waiting for them at the meeting point. They sped off and got away, and the woman drove back to police. Now investigators are working to identify the suspects involved. Well, last week we told you about 2 bear cubs named Nibbles and Bits and how they were rescued from the snowstorm. Well, right now the Appalachian Bear Rescue says one of those cubs sadly has died. They say Nibbles died shortly after waking up over the weekend. Staff are still searching for their mother bear. Well, right now, only a sign can prevent someone from walking into a business with a gun. But that might not be enough for business owners if Tennessee lawmakers pass a new bill.
It would allow gun owners with an enhanced carry permit to walk into prohibited places with a gun and would remove the offense for possessing a weapon inside a business that prohibits them. Some business owners say they're concerned about it for sure. We'll let you know what happens with this.
It's the most dreaded time of the year.
And unfortunately, tax season starts today. The IRS is starting to accept and process those 2023 federal income tax returns. The deadline for filing for most is April 15th. If you miss the tax deadline, you'll likely face a hefty penalty unless you ask for an extension. And we got a recall for you this morning.
It's for Ascend, Cabrio, and Minaret electric bikes. The wiring harness that manages the charging of the lithium-ion battery was not properly assembled, creating a risk of overheating and fire while you're charging. If you have one of these bikes, you are asked to stop using it and unplug it immediately. You can return it to a Bass Pro Shop to get a full refund. And the biotech company 23andMe is now facing a class action lawsuit. It
was filed after the company notified the California Attorney General's office that it was hacked from late April 2023 through September of last year. That suit accuses 23andMe of failing to notify customers who had their personal information collected into lists that were sold on the dark web. It also accuses the company of failing to protect customers with Chinese and Jewish heritage, which were apparently specifically targeted.
Right now, Tennessee has the highest levels of flu activity in the country, but the good news is cases are starting to fall.
Yeah, the CDC's latest map shows Tennessee in the dark maroon color. Take a look, darker than any other state. That means we still have the highest flu rate in the country, even though cases are going down this winter. 2 children in Tennessee died from the flu.
It is 6:54. We want to get a check of your first alert traffic with Kristen Allen.
Good morning. Smooth sailing out there so far, so good. As you're getting started on this Monday morning, you'll see several of these message boards like the one here on 40 just east of Asheville Highway that are warning you about rough, bumpy pavement you could run into ahead. So just be mindful of that as you are stepping out the door. Give yourself plenty of time and, of course, take it slow. Hopping out to 40 just east of downtown. We're seeing that traffic flow really build up here in East Knoxville, but certainly nothing, downtown Knoxville rather, but certainly nothing that's going to slow you down as you are headed out at this point. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that as we get closer to that morning rush. But taking a look at the drive times there, everybody is up to speed and on time as you're stepping out the door on this Monday.
6:55 as we have just a couple of flurries trying to fly at the Tennessee-Kentucky line. It's going to mix in with a little drizzle there in Knox to Bell County, Kentucky. And then we have our mountain snow showers. That's why there's been a winter weather advisory in Harlan County. Winter storm warning continues in the Smokies. Right now we have a mix of some clearing in parts of our lower elevations, a lot of clouds still stirring around. So it's giving us some uneven cooling. 41 Kingston right now. Actually, see Knoxville just went back up a degree. 38 currently Knoxville, 36 in Washburn, and 34 in Jamestown. Definitely a chill in the air, but limited warming today, and that adds up to more of a chill for you. Plus, we have a cool breeze today. We were feeling it at times this morning while it's lighter. Today, though, it's a 5 to 10 mile per hour wind, so that can make it feel a couple of degrees colder, meaning we can feel like 31 at 8. Wind chill at times 36 at 10 to 39 at noon. Kind of tell yourself this is what it'll feel like. Low 40s at best this afternoon, but at least we're knocking back those stray little showers, knocking back the clouds a little better later tonight. That'll allow for some patches of frost as we have a lot of high clouds tonight. I think that'll let us drop to around 30 degrees, a little early. Like I mentioned, some small warming tomorrow morning as we shift those winds, turn up the warmth tomorrow afternoon, but not bring in any rain yet. Tomorrow evening into the overnight is when that rain will spread out. So most of us don't really need the rain gear unless you have some Tuesday evening plans. And then that rain changes over to some spotty mountain snow Tuesday night to Wednesday. Here's another look at that first alert 8-day planner. Again, we're tracking this system for you Tuesday to Wednesday, but notice at least a quieter stretch to look forward to. So we'll be talking more about that as well coming up on the CW.
Very much looking forward to that, Heather. Thank you. Headed